All right, good morning, Hillside. I'm going to start that again because who knows when people are going to look at it. It might be morning, noon, or night, right?
Maybe morning, maybe noon, maybe evening, but too soon coming
No,
again.
see, that's really dangerous. We're just arming you with stuff. All right, now we're ready. Hello, Hillside. Daryl Sieplinga here with Ron Kool. We're not really doing a council update because we are just having one council meeting that spans both November and December. And we'll be meeting later on in December. We scheduled it that way to time for a variety of things. But wanted to give you an update now relative to year-end stewardship. This is a lot of time when lots of demands are out there for giving and lots of people make plans for year-end giving, and thought we'd give you an update of where we stand through the first 5 months of our budget year, that is through October. And in many respects, we're in pretty good shape. A couple of things about that. 3 out of 5 months, our giving has been higher than budgeted. However, we're slightly behind total giving relative to budget by just about 3%, which is easily recoverable. Also on the positive side, we're giving is ahead of expenses at this time. There are a number of expenses planned for the end of this calendar year, so that we need to be prepared for that and be reminded of that, but we are ahead. You'll find some of these financial statistics and information in this month's newsletter, which has had come out just recently. But we want you to remember that for many organizations, in Hillside in particular, about 26% of all of our giving comes in the months of November and December. So these are important months for us. And we know that many of you consider year-end giving and plan your giving around the year-end for a variety of reasons. But please remember to keep Hillside in your planning and in your giving. We're thankful for ongoing stewardship, and we were reminded of stewardship because Ron just recently provided an update in our Wednesday discipleship class. So maybe a little bit about that, Ron.
Yeah, thanks, Daryl. Again, let me start with thank you for your faithfulness in stewardship and just the way that you've been so good at giving. It is such a gift to us here and really around the world. The giving you do to Hillside has an impact not just here, but in places around the world and on so many different people. So thank you so much for that. The stewardship class was actually really fun to do. It was a good time to be there together. The podcast for that is out. If you want to listen to that, you can go wherever you get your podcasts, and you can pick up the podcast from the stewardship class. One of the things that was kind of fun for me to think about during that is we imagined what it would be like if we became the CEO of the Kellogg Foundation, which has $8.8 billion in it. And imagine trying to say, how would we manage that? And the fear, the joy, the excitement, the concern, the seriousness, and saying, that's what we are as stewards. God owns all this stuff, and He allows us the responsibility of being able to use it the way He wants us to use it. One person in the class said, I'd be so excited about something like that. Think of all the opportunity you have. And I think that's kind of the way I hope we can all learn to approach stewardship issues, of saying, what an opportunity that God has given me, whatever resources I have, but God has given me these things and invited me to use them to bless others and to bless the kingdom. And so, yeah, it was a good time to think about that together.
Good. Thanks, Ron. Thanks for calling our attention to that and reminding us of that. We really have to be good stewards of all the resources we have, including our financial resources and our resources of time. And so those are important things to think about, and that we're stewards of all of that together. And I know there are loads of demands on all of us, especially in the end of the year. We have lots of great things planned as part of Hillside's calendar and keeping track of that. And so we hope you'll keep tracking that and watching that on websites and updates. I did want to at least mention that the vision scenario planning team. That's what we're calling ourselves. A small group of long-range planning group and the Hillside Council has been gathering over the last month. We have one more meeting to go, and then we'll have a recommendation for council and keep you informed of that. But I wanted you to just keep that group in your prayers as we complete our work here in December, and just reminded you of who's on that group. So Rich Avila, Luke Bakes, Ron Kool, Andy Pasma, Allison Reefer, Greg Schur, Katie Spikeman, Ken Tameling, Eric Van Hofwagen, and myself are all part of that group. So keep us all in your prayers. We'll be finishing that work and keeping you informed as we report back to council and give them the recommendation. And again, our goal is to assure that Hillside is in the best place possible for our long-range plan and to keep our vision and mission in place, and for Hillside to continue to be Hillside, because we're blessed by who we are and whose we are. So thanks again for tuning in, and again, thanks for your stewardship and consideration of your time and resources for the balance of the year.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
Happy.